Right, I had a bit of a tangle. Now, do you know my theory? I was thought I'd clear the fields of all implements and try to block some of those things where you can see the edge of the map really badly. I put the windrow over there, and the harvester is guarding that section over there where there's a bit of a gap. I would like to put some trees in, but it's obviously cash. It really is. And I thought I'd do something that other content creators have done in the past that I've seen Frithgard do. Yeah, let me explain what I was going to say. Do you know my theory about that? If that's low, you can't overturn it. Well, that's rubbish. You can. I was zipped around and I dropped it off. Yeah, you can see it's turning the tractor. It really is a little bit willful. But you can, with a bit of effort, actually, yeah, stick this also. Oh, wait, it's very willful. I think that's because of the weight, though, if I'm honest. I don't think it's the actual, it is a pass-through weight. I think it's blocking the rear hitch slightly, touching it. It doesn't look like it is, but I think it is. So, to prove that it's right or wrong, let's drop that down for a minute. Oh, it's actually going to be way in my way. Let's just give myself a bit of room. Yeah. I've also been seriously thinking off camera without, you know, like talking to yourselves, weighing up whether or not to, and I've done so many grass starts, and it is because it's naturally you can do three harvests in a year, where you can't do that with anything else. I long worked that out, and FS19 was one of the first things I worked out, that if you'd only got one field, you needed to sort of try to amplify, otherwise you can have so many months where you're speeding through the month, boring people to tears. So I thought grass. The thing is, obviously, it becomes the norm, and it is the most start that I'm used to the most. We've sort of done that already, and I thought, do we move up here and do exactly the same again? And my answer to that is no. We don't. We're not. We're going to go down as well. I was so tempted to reset off camera the tool we've got down at the thing. I thought, no, we'll do it properly. I'm not going to do the journey down there. I'm leaving that on the field, the cedar, because obviously we're going to need that in a minute. But I thought I'd get everything else out of the way. So yeah, I thought I'd start the cameras just to sort of say my theory about not being able to overturn that, it was totally wrong. Really, ooh. Yeah, and that likewise, I don't think it's like in the course we'd never repaired this. Yeah, it's doing something weird having the weight on as well. Almost looks like it's flying. I do like my yard though. If you're saying, I mean, I think although it's money we couldn't afford in one way, so one thing I did like about the Stone Valley farm manager start was the fact you got a farmyard, you'd got a bit of money, and it is important, but obviously true start from scratch, you're a bit of a nomad. It's the only thing I'm not that particularly keen on. Now I've got well used to this sleep anywhere mod, and it is fantastic, but again, it's an over-reliance on one thing all of the time. It is one start, one this, one that, one the other. Generators, I have proved I can manage without generators, although, as I said, I never wanted to become reliant on them. The super duper ones, like the radio tower and that, they're more for, I will use them as a, to get us started, especially with the start that I've chosen, because it is difficult. So it's a bit of an aid for play balance, so that I'm not there forever. Because I could do it, I've done it, but as a content creator, you have to do things that are more about the viewers viewing. I wouldn't say pleasure, but whereas I'm not going to make it totally boring for you. There are some starts that are some things where you've got, I'm doing my I always forget, Thorns and Revamped presently, and that I've not done that start ever, so it was totally, I didn't know what way it was going to go, and bits of it are a little bit boring, I've got to be honest, but I think we're just about going to get there now, where it is going to start to develop into normal farming, and actually then I think the animals will be an asset rather than a bit of a slowdown. Yeah, it's an oversimplification, but that's not far off. Right, I think that is about it. Right, smashing. I do like that trailer. That was an amazing bargain. Right, so do we take... No. Let's leave the pass through by that post, I think. I'm going to see if we need anything else down there. So what I'm going to do is I am going to cut out for 1 minute. I'm going to zip down to the shop, and then I'm going to restart where you can see me down at the shop. Then I'm going to recut in halfway down the road, so you can see that I'm not resetting the tractor. He says it's amazing how having the cameras on keeps you honest, because when it's just yourself, you're so tempted to think, oh God, it's not going to hurt. It's not going to hurt me resetting myself down to there to save the long trek down this long road. But yeah, let's be honest. Right, anyway, yeah, I'm not going to do that. You have my word. I'm going to go all the way properly down the road, and I'm going to let this car or lorry pass. And yeah, then I'm going to cut back in. So I'm going to see you down at the other end. I thought I'd cut in halfway down the road, but I also, I've not fully explained what I was going to say. Basically, the bottom line is I don't think we're going to do a grass start, because I've done it too many times, and we've already sort of done a grass start to get us to where we are. We've got all of the BGA, the slurry yard, all of that type of stuff, all thanks to the grass work that we did down at this top end. I wanted to move from there as quickly as possible. Now we're on standard tick-ups and we're on hard economy, so yeah, there's no free lunch. No, I'm ignoring that blue thing that was on the bridge. Yeah, and any others we see on the left hand side in a minute. Yeah, and any on the right hand side we see in a minute, because there are plenty of them around that could seriously bring in quite a lot of cash, because we know where a lot of them are. But yeah, my thing is, I am not, even if it takes longer, even if we do only one, we'll just zip through the months. I'm trying to think soy. It's still not fantastic on hard economy. Nothing is. There's absolutely nothing. Everything's about half value. So that means if it was worth 2,000 on normal, it's worth 1,000 on hard. Well, that's So with that being the case, I think obviously we want to aim for something that is good. But I've got I tell you the best. This is true. I was so tempted to do this. I have got the additional straw mod on, which basically means, let's have a look. Let's have a quick look through our equipment to make sure that while I'm down here, there's not anything. The one thing I do know we're a bit short of is something like a low loader, but no, that's for the additional thing. But yeah, I suppose though, this did school me the other day. It did. It taught me a lesson, and that was, obviously, although we did sell the things, I acted very hastily. There was no need for me to buy mowers when I bought mowers. Let's have a quick look while we're down here. No, not at that. Not at that. So let's have a look at this. Now we've got... What have we got in our garage? Just so I can see if there's plenty of tractors. Yeah, the header means that we've got to really do one of those crops. Canola and soy, but yeah, we've missed the canola window. That's last sort of thing. So we've got subsoiler, seeder, header, forage, windrower. Mainly grass equipment. We've got fertilizers. We've got not a sprayer, nor a weeder. There's a point. Have we? Is there a cheap weeder? Mechanical. The only trouble is if you go mechanical, you've got to speed time up the old way. That's a 6. Are there any modded ones yet that are cheap? Ooh. And fertilise. Now that is a point. I said about 3 or 4 Let's Plays away, I probably was Hobo's Hollow or Greenlands, that I wanted to try this out on a Let's Play. It was very reasonable. 4 metre now. It is a faff to set up, and I'll probably do that off camera. But do you know something? I think we shall. I presume it's 2 or 3 of these on the trolley. I'll show you everything. Boards. What are boards? No idea whether that actually does anything or not. So 40 horsepower we are going to buy. Or are we going to lease in case I can't? No, we'll figure it out. Now we're going to get the trolley, and it also does other things as well. So yeah, it's got quite a few rollers, I believe. So in miscellaneous, you'll find the actual trolley for the forestry. You've probably seen this lots of times, and well, those of you who looked at it will know. But those of you who haven't will be thinking, oh, wow, it's newer than I thought. But I'm not going to muck around. Okay. Well, I think it's standard. And we're going to stick... I don't know add any additional costs on. So that's the frame that goes with everything. And I think it looks like there are 3 connections to me. There's that one there and those 2 on that side. 3. This is, yeah, that is true. So that's the 3-point connection there. I think, yeah. And then on this side, the only weird thing is the wheel. So to get that middle one in, I don't know what on earth you're supposed to do. Whether you're supposed to, yeah, I really don't know. Let's figure it out. We will figure this out. Right, so now we need to stick that down for a minute. What I'm going to do is I suppose it is true. If I go off camera, then I'm not going to show you anything, but we run the risk. I would have smashed the windows there. That was very, very bad of me. Yeah, we run the risk of it becoming a little bit of a travesty, because it's the first time I've ever done that. Well, actually, no, tell a lie. Erlingrat, I did actually get this when it first came out as a bit of a test, just to grab it and to see what happens. I think for the 3, you'd need to unfold it, which I think you need to go down to the bit where you connect. Sorry, but I'm going to have to stick the menus up, because obviously I've only used this once, but I think you unfold it this way, if I remember rightly. It's a long time ago. Lower, unfold. Yes, and then you can stick your bits and bobs on that side, and lower. Like that, I can see things flicking at the back. So I presume that is right. Let's let go. Now then, that is a point. How can I... Yeah, I'm sort of at the whim of the game for this, because I don't know how to... Yeah, obviously the things themselves are in the background. Let's shut that for a minute, because I know it is annoying to everybody, including myself. Right, so how do I manoeuvre that? This is the trouble I had on Erlingrat, of actually manoeuvring those so you could grab them, but yeah, that is a point. No, they're not going to take up that much room, thinking about it. So we're going to need to go over here, and then yeah, also I need to refuel while I'm down this end, because well, we can afford a fueling point. I did have another idea as well, but I've not got... Somebody got rid of the front loader, so yeah, that's left us in a bit of a predicament, really. Right, so if I do a complete turnaround, depending on how good it is at turning, not terribly. Right, okay, let's try that. Very severe turn. It's a bit willful. It really is. Let's see, can we sneak past that? Even if we just get one for now and push the other one out, it doesn't really matter. Ooh, he says. So he knocks it open completely, which will matter. Right, if I connect one up, I'm going to stop recording for a bit, because you get the picture, I think. But if you watch me do this, it may take a while, because you can see it's actually quite slidey. It's not going where you want it to go. It really isn't. This is the trouble I had last time. These clip together things are all okay in some ways, but it's this type of palaver where I suppose, yeah, this is what I've always said, really. Let's switch that view off. Let's switch that on for now. Super strength, and let's use it in a way that it would be used, because let's be honest, they would leave this for me in a way that I could actually get to, and it's the only way, truthfully, this sort of like a telehandler where you could actually put things in place into... Now I'm going to want to drop that low and go into the middle, aren't I? I've dropped it already. Right, let's press Alt again. Yeah, this is a good... Now I've got the wrong thing. That's true. That's the way that the game works, so it's me grabbing the wrong thing because it's closest to me. Yeah, that's got the right thing. Now I need to put that in the middle. I think that might be close enough. Let's have a look. Let's see if I'm right. It might only... Oh, to me it looks like it only needs one on either side, so I might be wrong at that. Yeah, I think I am. That's probably for some other things, for where you've got the small... Oh. Okay, no, actually I was right. Right, well, let's see if we can do this one properly. Yeah, it is very willful, though. It's not very... not wanting to go where you want it to go. Right, yeah, let's carry on as we said. So we do need 3 of these. Right, let's grab super strength. This is what super strength is for. It's really so as you don't wind up your viewers and take half an hour to do something which in real life wouldn't be a problem. So to me though, that doesn't look quite right. We shall see, because if I can attach that, to me, I don't know, it doesn't look like it's in the right place to be grabbed, but we shall see. Whether we only need 2 of these, and it's got different implements, and I think different ones are going to go in different places. That to me looks totally wrong. I think for that we need to disconnect that, and I'm going to go out on a limb now and think outside the box and say that I think this goes to the left. Grab it. It didn't let me grab it. So I need to pull, keep my head, and I'm going to be hitting something. No, that's not a bad drop. More by luck than judgments, as the old saying goes. Right, now try and keep square. And this is a bit of a... Right, I think that's roughly going to be there. Those 2 arms, I would say, have got to be level with that. So let's see if I'm right. Well... You are, but there's a missing bit in the middle now, which is a bit odd. Let's have a look close at the attaching arms, because that's... It says that it goes into the bush. Ah, there is... Yeah, you could go to the end. Okay, let's do that then. Let's detach. Now, I don't know which one I'm going to detach. Mind you, I've got to do the same on both sides, so it doesn't really matter. Right, let's go out on a limb again. We're getting there, I think. The one beauty of recordings, though, is if I don't like the look of this, I can actually edit it out. But I don't like to do that. That's not letting me grab. Whereas that is. Yeah, but to me it looks like those attaches. They've got to hook onto those eyes. There's no eyes there, so I think I'm right, you know. I may have to go out and have a look on YouTube, to be honest. Let go. Because there is another set of attaches in the middle, but that would have to be a different size. So let's go back in the garage and see. Is there a smaller one for the middle? Because to me that doesn't quite look like... There's 4 metre ones. I can only see the one. It's 4 metres. There's no way to buy... No, it's definitely just 3 of those. Can remove weeds and fertilise. To fertilise the device must be switched on. Okay, do you know something? I'm going to stop recording for a minute and I'm going to have a look on YouTube myself, because there's definitely going to be something missing in the middle if I do that. Let me just see in this though if we've got the help menu on, and we are on the right thing selected. Lift. So that actually just lifts that. It doesn't lift the actual main thing. Right, so that is just for that. Okay. Turn on. Change nitrogen. Extend front loader arm. Right, that is just for the coupler where we couple originally. Both. It does nothing that I can see. Seems to be the harrow. It's doing a wobble, but I can't see anything. Okay. I do like the idea of this. I'm going to stop recording for a minute. I'm going to pop off, have a look on YouTube and see if there is a better way to do what I'm trying to do. Probably completely wrong, so I'm going to see you shortly. Well, I have got that done, but it doesn't look right, and it took a lot of it. Doesn't like it itself. You can see there's like clashes between the blades, but there's a huge gap. I've checked on the original model page, and yeah, right, let's let go of that now. I need to let go of the frame. I know the order in which you've got to, yeah, it's does not like, it's almost like it's clashing with it, so you can see the wobble on the things where the springs are overlapping, the beds are overlapping, so yeah, I'm sure that's not right. What I'm going to do, it is connected, and there is a massive gap, but there aren't any additional implements. It is what it is. I've been on the YouTube. To me, it reads like there are two different frames, but I've looked in cultivators, and I can't see that. It sounds like there are two frames, in which case, if there were just a 6 meter, but I'm sure, yeah, it's got a number by it, which if you look on the mod hub, seems that it's very willful, though, even now, being pulled. It's not nice. It's just, yeah, it's only trouble, but again, it could be not nice because something's not right, as in it's clashing against itself because I've done it wrong. Now I think we need to refold, or yeah, we do fold, otherwise it is going to do weird things because it's not ready for transportation, and that's my fault. Well, I do like that that's solid. Right, no, that doesn't seem as bad now. It doesn't. I don't know what the actual frame is for, though, because it to me suggests a little bit more. There's like a, it's easier to see from above. Yeah, no, the actual frame here looks, it's got points on it. Is that just for lights? Maybe it is. Yes, probably. Yeah, because of course it's being pulled two ways. We're pulling it transport-wise now, and it's got lights. No, that is the only way the lights are, actually, looking at it. Yeah, that's the couplers for that. Yeah, you can see the jostling going on underneath, but I cannot for the life of me find another sort of thing for it. And if you just have the 2 4s on this, to me it suggests it's the wrong thing, because there are other things. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me switch that off as well. Yeah, if you go in the shop, the one that I first found this for was the B435, which is 3 meters. So that fits snugly, and you are supposed to reverse onto them. So that is definitely true. And it does say coupling trolley pack. So there's only one coupling trolley mentioned. But if you do the 4 meters, there's a huge gap in between. But that doesn't mean to say, just because that is the case, that it doesn't make up for that in the animations, and I've added one too many on in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop for 1 minute. I'm going to literally go on YouTube again and see if I can actually see this in use, to see if I'm right and it's only supposed to have the 2, or whether I am missing something and it's in a different area. I mean, don't get me wrong, let's face it, I do go through, but sometimes your mind goes to sleep on things you don't use, and it passes over them, and you don't notice the things that you don't ever use, to a degree. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to see you shortly. Right. Okay. Well, I think we've actually done it correctly. I'm very fortunate being on PC, because I watched a console guy, the Looney Farm Sim guy. I watch him for quite a few of he's American, I believe. His accent says he's American. I like his take on things, and he was in as much trouble. In fact, actually, I've got to be honest, he was in more trouble than I was. He agreed with almost everything. He called it squirrely, very squirrely, he said, and I agree with him. And we can see there's a bit of chatter, but I do believe he's supposed to have all 3. He came to the same conclusion to me. If this mod had been done very well, it would have been a game changer. However, he did say, even in the mod review, that most people would have given up by now, and I agree with him, because it is a nightmare. On PC, if you use the super strength, you can make things easier, but you can see it's just not quite right, which is a shame, because I've got to be honest, with this being multi-tooled, if this had been done properly, and most of it's really good, it's just not delivered well, like many things in life. So therefore, it's an absolute shame, because the modder, had they fixed this and gone one step further, I think this would be featured in almost everybody's Let's Play, because it would be a game changer. But something's not quite right with it. This chattering, we'll go and see. Yeah, I'm going to literally stop and start. So yeah, we've got everything we need to get. Oh no, actually, Card, you know, I want some fuel. You go. He did agree with me as well. It's very willful. He called it squirrely, but yeah, it is. It doesn't want to be towed properly, so the wheels and that, it's not quite Yeah, it's so willful that it's... I mean, it don't get me wrong, let's face it, it can fertilise as well as weed. That is amazing, it really is. I mean, our setup, I can't remember if ours has got... I think it has actually got built-in nitrogen. But to be able to nitrogen and weed, yeah, okay, feature we don't need, but for a farm that has got just seeders without the fertilising function, right, indicate left, Mr. Smith, let's do this properly. Yeah, it would be fantastic. Yeah, I am in time definitely going to get some tanks, but it's just that we're spending money like it's gone out of fashion. So, right, indicate off. Let's go. Is there a road this way that's not too far away? Let's have a look. For my benefits. Is that a road? Is that just the sides of the fields? I think we're going to go the way we know, is what I'm going to say. Hopefully without taking out the garage pumps. Yeah, so I am going to see you back up the top. I am. I'm not going to take that car out. He's yielding to me, or she's yielding to me. So yeah, I shall see you shortly at the top of the map. Just thought I'd quickly switch the camera just to show how good I am even off camera. It's so much of a habit that I actually do indicate when not on. Yeah, I do, so just so as you know. And also I'm going to hit that car, yeah, which would be hilarious, I know, but right, switch that off. Yeah, I wanted to show you that I wasn't just resetting it off camera. Yeah, if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. I'm not, because I'd feel awful. I'd then broke my word, and that, where is the integrity in someone who says they're gonna do something? You are a liar if you say that and then do something else. So no, that's not who I try to be. Doesn't mean to say I don't make mistakes, like everybody else with good intentions. Right, so yeah, I'm going to cut through to the end because it's still a fair old trek to the farm, so I'm going to see you at the other end. Nearly there. One thing I would say is if you were going to do this, I think if I was going to incorporate this, I would have the trouble of doing sticking it together once, and I'd buy 2 trolleys, one for the rollers. In fact, it's got 3 functions, and I definitely would buy the 3. It would make it still a very reasonable, because each of the rollers I think are about £1,000. All of the pieces of individual equipment are about £1,000, and I think the trolley's £5,000. So it still would mean a maximum of 8,000. Yeah, it would actually. Yeah, for all things, it's only 3. A maximum of 8 or 9,000 if it's 4 pieces for the rollers. I can't remember if the rollers are 3 meters, but I still think it's only 3, because this is what the trouble is with this. For some reason, it was made as a 4 meter. But there is an overlap, so I don't get why it was done like that. But I am not the modder. I cannot answer this question. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to using this piece of equipment now. Although I do totally agree with the Looney Farm Sim guy that it really is exceptionally squirrely. I like that word. I really do. That's obviously an American word. I've heard it instead in films. Right, so then where do we stick this? Because it is very willful. It does not like being moved around. Do we stick that next to the fertilizer? If it will go where I want it to go, of course, because it really does sort of go where it likes. You can see it's fighting me now. It's trying to go towards the slurry yard, and I'm trying to bring it in, and it's not liking it. It's wanting to go... Well, that's a miracle. It actually went where I wanted it to. Almost. Yeah, it doesn't... It's those wheels. They seem to fight each other. Yeah, the transport wheels, because they go in different ways. Yeah, now it's showing its true colours. I can't control it at all. It's, yeah, just not wanting to turn at all. Yeah, it's wanting to go to the right, and I want it to go to the other way, and I'm definitely driving that way, but it's not wanting to play ball. I thought I was doing well with this. Okay, do you know something? We haven't got all year to actually do that, so we're just going to let you go somewhere. Yeah, you absolutely... No, don't say those words. Don't insult the modder. It's misbehaving, that's all. Yeah, and it could have been finished a little bit better, but I would imagine making any kind of mod is very difficult, so I'm not going to spout off about things because, yeah... No, actually I do want this on the front, and it can be used on the front as well. It is one of those deliberately designed for that. And let's unfold. we're going to do this side of the other side of the field that we need to, yeah, because this obviously it's a no-till anyway, so we don't need to no-till on this. Yeah, now obviously I think, what can we plant? What month are we in? We are in the month of March, I believe. We can't do anything like wheat. All we can do is oats, sunflowers, sugar beets, sugar cane, cotton, sorghum next month. I'm not a massive fan of sorghum because mind you, I think I've got I don't know how much. I would love to do sunflowers, but we haven't got the right header. So I think oats is reasonable. Yeah, soybeans is actually April. Actually, yeah, let's look at prices. I'm sure soybeans are the most. I mean, canola's good. Let's show. Yeah, 700 is the top price you can get, which is normally well over £1,000. And soybeans is 1,000, which is well over £2,000. So yeah, everything's halved. So I think soybeans is definitely, and we would do that in June. So that means we need to wait till next month. So I don't mind doing that. Let's change that to soybeans, canola, soybeans. Let's open that. Have we stuck the H2 Studios down yet? I think we was debating about location, weren't we? I think it's likely to be moved, if I'm honest, from, I think there is a nice spot, just there in the middle of that field, a wasted area. So let's use my production. No, it's in container. You should know this by now. You really should know exactly where this is. Yeah, I've also got the Bible manure mod, and I like this footprint of that. I think that's excellent. I truly do. We've also got the seed maker. I probably will use one of the fuel storages. That one, I actually quite like that one. I've got an Eastern European one, but it takes up more room. So, not that I don't like it. Right, so let's also stick it so it leans out over the field, but it's not on the corner, because things cut across corners sometimes. But is that a wise decision? Don't you think you ought to do something like that so you could actually go past? Because this is a field. I agree, actually, thinking about that. Let's do a bit of landscaping. I'm going to destroy a bit of the field, I know, but I'd want to get... I've made this mistake so many times in the past, where it'll have to unfortunately be just the painting. I'm going to go a little bit bigger. We are going to go like that. Cut across, and also take a square, I think, all the way along, if I can keep my hand steady. Had to say it out loud. You did, didn't you? You had to say it out loud. And one more this away to make it just a bit bigger. That way it'll read this as field edge. There. I think that's big enough. And also a little bit of a... like that there, I think. And then it's, I reckon, big enough. That we've got the nice road that way. So it also gives me a guide on what to do. So, now then, I like that because it should be able to get that from lots of different ways. I often put this invisible. No, actually, I think that was truly just me literally hitting it. I'm not going to blame the hidden thing. There is a hidden collision on it that you're sort of not quite hitting it, but you are. Right, let's try and get this as good as possible. And open the other section, and we should have to go on and off to switch it on and off so it senses it again. Oh, this has got a weird... Yes, you shall have to forgive me on this one, because look where it says start filling. Now if I stick that to where it should be... Oh, would you believe it? Last time I did that, it wouldn't fill in the correct place. Right, anyway, so we don't need this month. We don't. We are going to rest until tomorrow. That's a point. I did say this. I think what we're going to do as well is we are going to stick a tent as our house. Yeah, I do use to sleep anyway. I want to try and feature this more than I have done in the past, and I want to incorporate this as like improvement, not because of the cost. Yeah. And so that looks like the front. You're going to go next to the slurry yard? Seriously? Yeah, I agree, that is a little bit smelly. Yeah, should we? No, that's then in the way there. We could be a... Yeah, that's true. We've got an agreement with our neighbour. We borrowed some electric and stuff like that, and they're very kind because they take mercy on me because I'm just a little tent man. That's all I am. So, yeah, excellent. Some of these people in these villages are very nice. They understand I'm against the... Yeah, my back is against the wall. So I do love these rice tyres. They are absolutely amazing. As anything new is often. Well, no, I don't think so. There's some new things that I absolutely think are horrible. I really do like those chalky ties. Right, anyway, so let's sleep through till tomorrow. Did I? I will have done. I know I will have done. Yes, I did. Those super deals. Right, okay. Let's sleep. Remember where you placed it. Sleep through till 8 o'clock. It's a good time. Yeah, I've got plenty of work to do. Just checking that I was actually recording because I know what I'm like. The first time I've been talking for half an hour and I haven't pressed the record button. Yes. Let's check the sales, even though we really haven't got a lot of money. They've still got that beautiful Massey. Yeah, that's lovely, but we've got one that's bigger, and that's a 14-metre spread. That is very good value, although the bonus is not terribly good. We could actually get that, I think it's at 40 or 35, something like that. So we could buy that anyway. Not a massive fan of something with such a small spread as 14 metres. It takes forever. But that's me, always wanting the 42-metre spread. So, right, so we're now in the month of April, so this time we can do this. Now, am I going to go... What we're going to do is turn... field creation on. Now that's a point. Ooh, that is true actually. I've done all this work. Are we going to have a path and make this into 2 separate fields rather than do it as one big? Because otherwise, what is the point of doing all that we've done? That is actually quite true. In which case, it certainly becomes very important for us to get this line correct to keep the road in. So I'm going to do that now. I've got allow create fields in. Let's use the end of the road pretty much as our guide. Ooh, I think we need to stick the... Ooh, okay. I think we need the weight on the back. Right, okay. Let's go grab that pass-through weight. Of course, I wasn't planning on doing this, but yes, it does make no sense whatsoever of all that we've done so far unless we keep the road in, so it will be two separate fields. But if we're going to do that, does it make more sense to... Yeah, I'd like to get this right now. If we're going to do that, let's actually try and do this correctly. Let's look on the map. Where would the halfway point be for 2 equal fields on this, rather than to try to have a... Or would it suit us to have a little and a big? It is a lot smaller. If we went... Actually, where I am now is pretty much... Yeah, it is actually pretty much halfway. So I know we've done a lot of work, but we would all get a complete refund thanks to the mods that I have. If we sell the seed thing now, we do a... Yeah, let's do this properly. I agree, actually. It's, even though it's going to cost us a little bit, that's still going to join that side. It's not going to be a waste. Right, okay then. So that is pretty much central. Let's grab the landscaping, painting, and we want to make this a little bit... Yeah, we want to make it so it is a road. I think that's about right. Let's say about there. And be slow. Slow and steady. Ah... Every time you say it. Every time you say it. Yeah, now this is one of those times where I normally say about speedy, but not for things like this. This requires a steady hand, which you can see. I have my moments of unsteadiness, as I think we all do. Luckily we can undo what we're doing. Typical, I can't really afford to do this at the minute, but hey ho. Is this not costing me for the normal painting? why I haven't got a mod on for that. I have got a mod. Or have I got it? No, I took it out. I did used to have that mod on that did free painting and that, but it got out of hand because it also did something else, and I went a little bit bad there. Right. Now this, if we're gonna have, yeah, that is true. I should show you what I'm going on about. Right. So we want that. Oh, is it shrunk again? Now then, if we're going to have that in the middle, we're going to need a bit of a hiccup to allow for it, or we can't pass. So I just think it widens out a lot there. Do we stick anything else with it? Same with the silo? Would that not be useful in the middle? Something that on this very map, not this Let's Play, on the other Stone Valley that we actually discovered. So is that going to be wide enough? Or do we go? Very pretty, Mr. Smith, very pretty. Right, okay then, so let's get rid of that from there. Of course it's going to leave the paint. Oh, it's still losing a bit. Okay, typically container. What's that? Did we lose that 600 odd? Just for those few minutes? Seriously? I think that's a little cruel, personally. Right, I would say that's about perfect. Now, are we gonna, if we're doing that, are we gonna stick the... I think we will. Yeah, we haven't got any tools. I know we're sort of getting through some money and all the rest of it, but yeah. What can I say? I like the toolbox because you can move it, but I do also like... I've not had that in a long time. What? That's true. I can't never work out where the... Right, smashing. I can. That's spot on. I can see where that is. Ace. I've not tried this one. I have. Did have it on one of the Let's Plays. I can't remember which one. I can, but I can't think of its name, if I'm more honest. Right, so we want to have the pass-through weights and stick you this away. Unfold you whilst we go and grab the thing, and then we are going to extend this field manually. In fact, do we need... Yeah, we do, because this is the trick I was talking about that I did on Avon Valley. It's a bit... yeah. Unfold. Yes, it is. It's a bit of a trick that you can't really do with a worker, and there is a bit of tidy up to do afterwards because they are almost identical in size, but there's a tiny bit of additional. I might like the. Oh, apologies! A horrible tickle, really nasty. Oh, that is that. Allowing me to, it is, I can still bend that, that's okay. On some, as we've seen, it really does go very willful. Right, so then, we need to, because I've dropped it, I believe that will have switched allow create fields. It will. Smashing. Okay, so now we've got that fixed. So now all that work we did with the painting is now totally immaterial. Yeah, it is. So, yeah, we're now going to want to go to this point. Right, I am going to go into a time lapse because this is going to be quite a bit. We're going to have to, yeah, I'm going to do this bit first, and then I'm going to literally just do the rest with just the back. But yeah, so I am going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. is what I call my generic goodbye for those sessions where I've done a recording and I didn't realise I was going to split it, and this is I do hate it when I don't say goodbye to you. It seems very rude when you invited guests in to come and have a look at your content and you don't say goodbye. So this is what I always add as the spliced goodbye. So yeah, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. I truly do hope you're going to continue with me on this journey, and I'm going to say goodbye for now.